Hi, I'm Hovey. Today I want to talk to you about using thyme oil to keep bees from building nests in your gutters or around your house. I kind of found this out by accident a couple of years ago. I had bought one of these. You may have noticed these glass bee attractors, whatever they call them, where you put some liquid, some Kool-Aid or sweet juice or something in here, and you put a cap on this and the bees fly up into this hole and then they get stuck in the juice and they can't get back out. We had been using those, but we still had a lot of bees nests in the eaves and in our gutters. So no matter how many of these we caught, we still had a lot of bees nests around our house. So one day I had a couple of bees in here that were still alive, and I grabbed a bottle of thyme just out of curiosity, and I put a couple drops, I think it was just 2 drops of thyme in here, and I noticed that the bees died instantly. So I thought to myself, maybe I could use that instead of waiting until I caught the bees to try to keep them from building nests. So what I did was actually just took a jar of Vaseline, and I took a whole bunch of Vaseline and just poured a couple of drops of thyme into that, smeared it all up into a gooey mess, and then I just rubbed it underneath around the gutters and anywhere else where I had seen bees making nests in the past. So in just a second I'll be up on the ladder and I'll show you actually how I do that. Okay, so this is how I make this messy goop. I just take Vaseline that I got from a grocery store, I just grab a whole bunch of it, put it into a little container. I used to just do this in the palm of my hand, but it's easier if I make a whole bunch at once. And then I just take some thyme. I'm using Young Living. Those are the oils that I use. And I just put 2 or 3 drops, or 4, into that gooey Vaseline. And then I just mix it together. So I don't know exactly how many drops to put in. You sort of have to play it by ear. I probably didn't put enough in because I put quite a bit of Vaseline in there. I'd probably put a half a dozen, 6 or 8 drops of the thyme oil in there. But you want to make sure that it really has that thyme smell. And this is pretty close, but I probably would put a few more drops in there. So let me hop up on the ladder and I'll show you how I smear that on my gutters.
Yep.
Okay, so all I do before I do this, I check with a pair of gloves to make sure that there aren't any bees nests under here already. It's pretty cold where we are today in Western New York, so I really don't have to worry about bees buzzing around. I usually try to do this in the spring once it gets decent enough that I can get out here. But I just take that Vaseline mixture with the thyme oil mixed into it, and I just put it up underneath where we are. The bees love to build nests where there's a little gap between the roof shingles and then down into the gutter. So just give this Vaseline. I don't have to put a lot, so this goes a fairly long way. I just have to make sure there's a nice coating on the underside of this. And the bees do not like that thyme oil, so they won't attach their nests here. So I just do this all along my roof line where my gutters are. And I don't have any nests during the summer. I usually have to do this every spring, but it's well worth it to keep the bees away. These bees that we have here aren't the nice pollinating kind of bees. These are the nasty bees that just are a pain in the butt. So that's my tip for today. If you have any questions, go to my website, howhealthy